So now that's a very good qualitative description, John. But have you tried to get someone to quantitatively do this using equations? I mean, every electric device you can model mathematically. I mean, is this something that you've considered, Fernando?
I know the SEG is based on mathematics.
Yes.
You cannot design it without it.
Yeah.
But and John has, I think you had a whole book of numbers and based on the squares, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I have demonstrated, because what the printers of mathematical books for schools said there was only one type of square you could do. It's a 3 squared. I told them you're wrong. You could go to infinity. And the mathematical system for each grade, I call them 1, 2, and 3. That's all the grades, mathematical grades we have. 1 is all even numbers. Another place, all odd numbers. Pick this one mathematics, regardless. The other half, all the numbers, are again divided in half. The first lot I call type 2. This is a mathematics, which sort of 4 squares are identical more or less, switching in both directions. This switching going on all the time, which tells me that energy can switch to matter, matter can switch to energy in the flick of a finger. Whichever goes out of step, it will correct it.
In Einstein's famous equation, E equals mc squared. Yeah. So.
And in these mathematics, when you set them out, it's interesting to see this game tells me all about your structure. It tells me all about the planet structure. It tells me everything. If you look at it, you'll find the same rules as shown in the hopscotch.
I have to say, I can't get my head around where the hopscotch and the grid and the random numbers where they add up to the same number. I can't see where that fits into the model. Maybe it's because I've been trained in electrical engineering and I'm too,
Right, this is a new technology. It puts you into a new window, a new world of opportunities.
Right.
And it's going to be highly beneficial for all of us because we're talking about here energy and transportation.
Yes.
So it should make our civilization viable, which I think right now it is not. We're kind of degrading the environment as it is.
All right then, John. All right, and Fernando. I really hope you get a working prototype. But
we made a lot of progress, and we're definitely headed in that direction.
Right. Well, it's very exciting to meet both of you.
The thing is, people must remember, because I had no formal education, because I'm deaf, I haven't got hearing bones to hear with, I have developed a system. This half of the skull is dead to all vibration.
Yeah.
I don't receive or identify any problem. This side, I identify 2 bands and I have to fill in the missing bits when one talks. One has to be very close to the bones, oscillate enough for me to, make something of it. But what happens is the teachers never took any notice. They didn't worry about why you couldn't learn. And again, so I wasn't programmed as they program you as a child. So they sort of put you in a box, but they couldn't put me in a box. All I was doing, looking at everything that was happening and questioning why.
Yes.
And eventually became the real, so to say, point that really made things happen was when I started my apprenticeship as electrical engineer. And then the first docket I took to the stores for cable, bang, what does that mean? 2 and a little 2. So I said to the foreman, what does that mean? That's 2 squares. Well, I thought, what's 2 squares? He just drew on the paper, 4 squares, 2 by 2. I said, well, what's the value of this? Oh, nothing.
Right.
So I said, well, to me, a structure, that's a structure, must have function. No matter what the structure is, there's a function. I have to find out what that value to those squares are.
Right. Yes.
And that's this work that showed me 1 and 2 squares were not squares at all.
Right.
They are DNA.
You're right.
Up
So you're
the
trying
square.
to differentiating
So-
between what's purely mathematical and what is reality.
What John has found is his mathematical matrix, which is called the magic square as well,
Right.
is able to simulate nature's processes. And what John has done, because what he saw is that we're living in a random state.
Right.
Okay, and what he has transposed it so that the output is uniform. Then you got coherent currents and so forth.
Right.
The
Okay.
SEG is based on on those figures. That's how we design it.
Okay.
That was just a matter of time and devotion
Right.
to find out what the hotchkiss was saying.
Right.
I mean, and bit by bit, my work brought the images together, and I could see this square business fitting in. And it was clear that the work was dealing with the elements, it was dealing with energy of immense energy output and pressure, and then also the second one, that is clearly was to do with flight, using the same technology, only on a much more complicated system. Bit by bit came together. The first generator I made was generator, and it decided for some stupid reason to go to the ceiling. And in the end, when it went through the ceiling, the second one, I decided, well, give it a body. Forget the generator, give it a body, and we'll see what we can do with it. And of course, I got shot at because I frightened the pigeons. Well, that's what I told the police. He frightened my pigeons. What he meant was the pigeons put such an output, and they didn't like the job to have to keep cleaning this up.
Right.
Every time one of these things went up.
Yeah. So it went through the actual roof of your house, right?
Yeah.
Right. All right then, John. Well, thank you very much for talking to me.